to have you all here, and I am so excited that each of you will get a chance to share your story with all of us during the course of the year. Our three brave souls are on the stage. In order to best support them, the first thing I would ask for is if you have your cell phone on you to make sure it is turned off, and that it is not on vibrate or ring or any of those special things. Once we've done that, Krista's going to introduce our first speaker, and we're just going to get started. So can we have a big round of applause, and that'll be our time. Thank you.
First and foremost, I think that everyone here knows that I was homeschooled from 2nd grade to 9th grade with an experimental year at the Crosby Middle School for 7. I want to take the time to point out that I did not return for 8th grade. Some of the things about 7th grade were fun. I got to socialize with people. I was pretty new. I got to meet some pretty cool teachers. But some things I never expected to see. Like in my second ever art class, some kid gets on the table and starts throwing it back. So needless to say, I never returned. For anyone that was wondering what it was like to be homeschooled, it was basically like online school we had this year, except there were no Zooms, get this, on purpose. After school was pretty much where all the fun happened now. At night, me, my brothers, and cousins whose backyard connected to ours would play a game of tag that goes by many names, but we call it Manhunt. During the day, we played around with a version of Hunger Games. Being the youngest to play when we play these pretty physical games, I had to deal with a lot of stuff. When I was one of the most picked on kids, but it was not only because I was the youngest, but the most athletic. So I had a real chance of winning these games with Manhunt. And everyone felt the need to make sure that that didn't happen. So basically I'm saying I didn't get any charity wins, but I did get wins. However, the game I never won was Hunger Games. After we played with an assortment of Nerf weapons, swords that had warnings on them that advertised against hitting people, and Nerf axes that never threw straight, all of which were compiled on a trampoline where we ran to and all tried to scramble for the weapons. Some of the Hunger Games highlights of mine include getting hit in the eye around 3 times a day, and camouflaging myself in fully green clothes and climbing a tree to hide. But the thing I still remember to this day, and something I never forgave anyone for, the day I was cheated, nay, hoodwinked, out of my only ever win. So, we were down to the final 2 players, me and my oldest brother. Mano a mano. In a duel that would decide bragging rights for the rest of the day or the year, depending on who won. Imagine a Western style standoff with tension so high you couldn't even cut it with our Nerf swords. Suddenly, I heard footsteps behind me, remembering that the losers could instantly kill me with one touch, so I had to act fast. I swung my sword behind me and ducked, simultaneously eliminating the threat and saving my own life. You would have thought I was the dragon warrior himself with such a move, but that's what tragedy struck. My brother yelled, "She hit you, she hit you," and just like that, my dreams were dead. I was shattered. He missed me by a mile. As I looked around, I saw no one in my favor. After all, who would side with the youngest and might I add, most handsome kid out there. As the rightful winner, losing was simply too much for me to handle, and I had to vent my frustration the only way I knew how, picking something. Unfortunately, I chose a brick wall, and so I bashed my toes against that wall, and immediately regretted my decision and thought they were broken. To this day, in every Christmas sense, I got the nickname Red Bull because I had anger issues as a child. That's funny. Every time I got mad. Since then, I learned to control my anger unless I'm playing futsal or FIFA, and I still get red every time I'm angry or embarrassed. Nowadays, I think that's kind of part of my job. Less charming is my fear of spiders. I never enjoyed Halloween until I was 14, because this is the year my brother stopped harassing me. You might think, how do your brothers create a fear of spiders? So imagine this. I'm 5 years old, about yay tall, and we're decorating the house for Halloween. So you have your standard decorations, the cobwebs, the spiders, and we don't exactly skimp out on Halloween decorations. So, I touched the spider, staring me down, and I felt uncomfortable. Uncomfortable enough to start backing away slowly. And as I do so, my brother notices the fear in my eyes, sprints towards the spider, turns, grabs it, and starts sprinting at me at full speed. So as any very brave child would do, I turn, I start booking it the other way. I was going. He wasn't going to catch me. I started screaming like a maniac. Seeing my reaction, my other older brother joins in. And at this point, I'm running for my life. It's life or death here. And then all of a sudden, maybe 5 minutes later, or 2 years, I can't really tell. I turn around and I see that spider being hurtled towards me in the air. It hits my ankle. And like a majestic gazelle, I leap into my mom's arm at Olympic speed. Now, I'm sure most of you are imagining me similar to how I look now. But you've got to remember, 8 tall, 5 years old, and my brothers were about double my age. They thought it was hilarious. That was probably the scariest moment of my life, and it left a lasting impact for anyone who was in my freshman bio class, where I met my arch nemesis, Pancake the Spider, who I recently found out passed away. So it was either him or me. I hope you all found my trauma funny, and if you ever try and DM me a picture of a spider, I will block you. It's happened before, and it will happen again. Thank you.
Our next speaker today will be Sam Hancock.
Collegiate sports culture is unmatched for a private school. I should know because I've loved to play sports all my life. While I may not be the best, playing a sport has always been an exit from any stressful or bad situation that I've been in. My stress management normally comes in the form of soccer and basketball. I played each of these casually, but some of my earliest and fondest memories come from these two activities. So, when I first came to collegiate, I started playing these sports. Being a part of such an amazing sports culture shaped me into who I am today. Whether I'm in the stands or I'm on the team, there is nothing like the love and passion that is radiated from the fans. It is the best feeling knowing that we have someone to cheer for us and have our back. This year, I've been privileged enough to become a member of our soccer program. Whether it be running at practices or seeing our team perform like no other, I know the season isn't over. We still have games to play and tournaments to win, and I believe that we can go far, but I want to focus on something that recently happened. We had a tournament in Frankfurt, and I love being around the people that I enjoy. Seeing them play well was a great feeling. While waking up early on a Saturday and Sunday was tough, being at the games was something that I would never forget. We were able to go into the tournament with confidence, and we left with the All-A trophy. Seeing the smiles and happiness was something that I will hold close forever. Thank you to the coaching staff and the players for making this a great senior season. Much like the soccer atmosphere, being on the basketball team last season was a privilege. Being a part of such a team was a great experience, not only because of the great season, but also because of the memories that were created. We attended a couple of tournaments, the most notable being in Owensboro and WKU. Being able to practice at WKU's gym was something that I won't forget. I also made bonds with new people and strengthened some of the previous ones by being a team member. For example, I created friendships with people who I rarely talk to. Now I speak to them every day, and I'm thankful for that. I know that you all have heard enough about sports, and I'm sorry about that, but I want to talk about the fans this time. Being on the team, looking up, seeing all the support on the sidelines motivated us to be the best we could be. However, if you're not on the court or the field, you can be a part of the team by supporting us as fans. Being a part of the fans section for our soccer games last year was a great experience. Last year, at any sporting event, you would find plenty of classmates supporting their teams. We used a common goal to strengthen our community, which only makes us better. My fondest memory about our student section would have to be at our soccer games at Moon Stadium. I know most of you were there, so I don't have to go into detail about what went down. But for those unaware, just know that a goal scored by Ruben Avalos caused the fan section to erupt louder than I've ever heard. For those who weren't there, let me set the stage. Xanax had just scored prior, making the game 4-3 then. With almost 10 minutes left, Aladu went into a tackle and won the ball. He immediately dished it out to Ruben Avalos about 30 yards from the goal. Ruben saw his face and began to wind up for the shot. He placed the shot top left of the goal, bending it right around the goalie. This amazing shot single-handedly changed the morale not only of the team, but the fan section. Seeing everyone cheer for a common goal was inspiring. It felt like something straight out of a movie. Being a part of a student section like that was something that I will never forget. Being a great fan, it shouldn't take an amazing goal. The collegiate student section should be a force to be reckoned with. When we all realize the bigger picture and support each other, we can help Team Collegiate get the win. So, for those of you who don't play a sport but are still invested, please continue to keep going to the games and keep supporting our Titans and Amazons. It will be something that you remember for a long time. In conclusion, my years at Collegiate have been more than just school. I've been able to create everlasting friendships, and I've been able to create memories that I will never forget. Seniors, we only have a couple months left. As I was writing this, it came to full effect that we won't be back at the end of the year, and we'll be going our separate ways. I hope you all take the time to reminisce like me and remember the great memories created in these hallways. Thank you.
Our last speaker for today will be Zach Ramirez.
Hello, Collegiate. My name is Zach Ramirez. On a level with y'all, I'm really nervous. Arms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit in my limited edition with gold collegiate tie already. On spaghetti. Is that an M&M Chris? Yes. Are there going to be more? Yes. Is that the whole gimmick? Yes. Eminem has always been my game day artist. His music just gives me energy, something I really need before facing a challenge. I want to share that with you guys today just because, let's be honest, this year has been a challenge, and I feel like we could all use some energy. One of the biggest challenges I've faced in my time is being the new kid. I've been the new kid a lot. I've never really been able to fit in anywhere, kind of like Eminem in the hip-hop industry. When I first arrived at Collegiate 14 months ago, the thing about the school that stuck out to me was the senior speeches. I've been to about 7 different schools, but I've never seen anything quite like it. It seemed like some kids got dragged into doing them, kicking and screaming, and then you had other kids who'd been planning theirs out for years. I didn't really see the appeal when I first got here. It just seemed like another hoop to jump through. But I didn't really understand why people got excited to talk in front of their peers until I started writing mine. It's like magic. There's a certain feeling you get when you reel and you spit, and people are feeling you. This is your moment. Every single minute you spit between blonde, you may never get it. However, the next few minutes are mine. At first I thought thought I'd monologue for a bit, push pause on reality, relay my inner thoughts out to the audience. When I'm done, y'all will snap back to reality and go on as if I hadn't said it. But where's the fun in that? Senior speeches are supposed to be about our legacy spirit. The memories we made are nice, but I want to make sure that somewhere in this chicken scratch I scribbled and doodled enough rhymes to maybe help try and get some people through tough times. Freshman and sophomore years were tough for me, and I'm sure they're going to be tough for the freshmen and sophomores this year. It's hard to get to know people through a Zoom call. When I was an underclassman, I went to school in Shanghai. Didn't know anybody, didn't speak a lick of Chinese. But I felt really lost. But what I did is I went out and I participated. I joined sports teams, I joined clubs. The freshmen and sophomores, my words of advice for you are these. Do something, anything. Just get yourself out there. When I arrived at collegiate last year, I joined track and cross country. My fellow seniors know me as Chad. Through the collegiate cable, all of you should recognize me from those KYA ads. We have a meeting this Friday. The point is, you can't grow old in sales. So here you go, take your shot. If you fail, you not. Maybe the only opportunity that you got. Juniors, by now, many of you have taken a number of opportunities. You know what your interests are, you know what you want, time to go after it. My goal was to break all the records for hurdling in track and field. And if last year's season hadn't been canceled, I think it had done it, not salty. Anyway, hopefully I'll be able to try it this year. The process of selectively going after an objective taught me a lot. It's not just about how to run right, but it taught me how to pursue other things in life. You go too fast, you're going to burn out. Don't move fast enough, you'll lose your momentum. You gotta keep pushing always. You're gonna learn a lot on your own journey. I can't tell you what it's gonna be because that's something that's gonna be you. So, you better lose yourself in your music. The moment you own it, better never let it go. You only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow it. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Seniors, the opportunity of a lifetime is now. There's probably not much I can tell you that you don't already know. I've seen you grow so much in the year that we've been together. One thing I can say, always try and take what you want. Don't settle for anything less. It's going to be hard sometimes, and it's going to take effort. Trust me, it's worth it. You deserve it. Make yourself king. We move toward a new world order. Normal life is boring, but superstardom is close more. Finally, everybody who obtained that superstardom didn't do it on their own. A large number of Eminem songs with collaborations with other artists. Since my success has also been a team effort, I want to take a minute to thank the people who helped me along the way. Pfeiffer, thank you. When I first got here, you sought me out. You made me feel like I belonged at a time when I didn't really care if I did. I thought if I just studied hard, all my problems would go away. It doesn't take a psychologist to know that it helped. Thank you for everything you've done. I hope I can be as kind as you one day. The cross-country team, thank you. When I was lost, you guys gave me a goal, something to strive for. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season, and especially our meet today. We're going to do great things. The Kimmel family, you guys helped me ever since I got here. Ms. Kimmel, you were one of the first faces I saw here, and you helped me through that admissions process. Mr. Kimmel, you're a fantastic teacher for both psych and econ. Walt, you're a great friend, and I wish you all the best at your new school. Cannot thank you all enough for everything you've done for me. Well, that's about it for me. Students, follow that four-year program and ensure that it finds success. Teachers, keep up the good work. You do anything you set your mind to now. Don't forget to stretch your calves.
everybody. We have a little bit of time left, as long as you manage to do some good social distancing practices within the space. We can talk for a little bit and socialize, right, before we head off to our next class. So thank you all, congratulate our speakers, and next time, we're gonna pump up the energy. We gotta do like some snaps and things like that to take some credit in between. So thank you all, and